Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL prediction segment, I'm going to be giving you my preview of the 2019-2020 AFC Divisional round matchup between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. This one should be a pretty good game. I like the Chiefs to win this one in a close one. As some of you may know that earlier this season, the Houston Texans defeated the Kansas City Chiefs in that game. They won 31-24. Now, Patrick Mahomes was uncharacteristic in that game. He was like 19 of 35. He had a fairly low completion percentage. And looking at, and I think Travis Kelce only had like 58 receiving yards or somewhere around there. But the thing about it is, the thing that I'm looking at is that is uncharacteristic. That is may not be an anomaly, but it was something that you don't really see that often. And the Chiefs have been playing lights out since Patrick Mahomes came back from an injury. They have won 6 consecutive games, and their defense has been phenomenal during that time. They've allowed only about 11.5 points per game in that 6-game stretch. Chiefs right now 12-4, Texans 11-6, counting their postseason win against Buffalo last week. Now, and it's not taking anything away from the Texans, but it did take them to win 19-6, like they won 19-16 against Buffalo, and Buffalo is not exactly a world beater, and it took all they had to defeat them. I don't think the Texans really have it to beat the Chiefs 2 times this season. The Chiefs, of course, are going to be seeking retribution after that loss they had earlier to the Texans this season. Now, the Chiefs, from an offensive vantage point, are averaging about 28 points per game. Texans only about 24. Chiefs are 5-3 at home, while the Texans are 5-3 on the road. And the Texans right now, I understand they're rejuvenated and revived with the presence of J.J. Watt. He might have helped save their season last week because the Texans were down like 16-0, and J.J. Watt sacked the quarterback of Buffalo, and shortly after that, the Texans went on a major run, and eventually, of course, as you know, they won the game. Now, looking at this as well, I mean, the Chiefs, as far as their takeaways go, they're definitely more of an opportunistic defense than the Texans. I like that in this matchup as well. 23 takeaways during the regular season compared to the Texans only having 10. And I think in this game, the Chiefs will be able to exploit the secondary of the Houston Texans. The Chiefs finished the regular season number 5 in passing yards per game, while the Texans finished number 29 in passing yards allowed per game in their pass defense. Now, if history does mean anything, and I think it can mean something in certain games, if history does mean anything as far as this game goes, it could indicate a close game, because the Texans and Chiefs in the previous 3 games have been decided by 8 points or fewer. I think this game I'm looking at the Chiefs winning by like a touchdown in this one. And you look at what the Chiefs have done. I mean, they have just completely, played lights out since Patrick Mahomes has come back, again being a flawless 6-0 in their last 6 games and allowing under 12 points per game in that stretch. And going back to that earlier matchup that the Texans had with the Chiefs, I really see that as an aberration because, again, it was a 31-24 loss. They only lost by 7 points to the Texans. Chiefs are playing much better now, I think, than they were even at that point during the season. And the Texans had dominated time of possession in that game as well. They had the ball for nearly 40 minutes, and the Chiefs had it for about 20 minutes. It's hard for me to envision the Texans having the ball at a 2-to-1 ratio in time of possession in this game. I just don't see where that's going to pan out. And the thing about this as well, the Chiefs' defense overall is better than the Texans. They've only given up about 19 points a game this season. The Texans have given up about 24 points per game. The Texans come in winning 3 of their last 4. One of the wins, though, was against Tampa Bay, and Tennessee was another one. That game was very tight. That could have gone either way. And the Tampa Bay game, I don't even think was exactly a blowout. I think that was a tight game as well. The Buffalo game, as many of you may know, last week was a 3-point victory. It took all the Texans had to emerge victorious in this game. I think the Chiefs have vengeance on their mind in this one. They're seeking retribution. There's no way that they can't be better in this game than they were. And I mean, they have to be better in this game, I believe, than they were in that earlier loss they had to the Texans this season. I just don't see history repeating itself. This is an opportune time right now for the Chiefs to advance, go deep in the postseason. They had lost to the Patriots last season in that AFC title game. The Chiefs have really bigger things on their mind this season. I don't think they're going to allow the Houston Texans to thwart them in their efforts to, at the very least, get to the AFC title game again. So I do like the Chiefs in this matchup again to win a close game. I think like 7 points over the Houston Texans. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube NFL prediction segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.